So now if open bracket, what is the logical test? If the rating is A, it is good. So the rating A is in the cell F11. F11 equal to, within double quotes, A. So if F11 is equal to A, what should throw? Good. So my first if condition is over. Now if it is not A, what should I test? Whether it is B or C. Should I actually test assuming the data has only 3 ratings A, B and C? So the moment it is not A, if you are confident of that your data does not contain any other thing, you can straight away type not good or bad or whatever you want to. Now accidentally I typed enter and you can see Google trying to help me. That you have typed a small error, let me correct it for you. I'll accept the correction. I have to keep doing that because I'm a married man now. Now I want to copy this to all the other cells. Bottom, how do I do that? I told you beginning that on the right hand there is a small plus. If you click, it will come, but it is not working. People who have put the formula in the cell K series, it won't work, but if you are putting the same formula, I will copy it here. Now I do a double click here. Here it works. Can somebody tell me what was the... Okay. The secret is adjacent cells should have a data. Now you can ask me, sir, there was no data in the but I have put a formatting. Formatting also, it assumes that there is a data. So that is the reason here double click won't work. I'll have to drag it manually only to get the result. But the moment there is a data on the adjacent cells, so it is not left or right anywhere. Because Excel doesn't know how far I have to travel. The moment there is data on the left or right, it will travel to the nearest space available and stop with that. That is why this double click is dangerous if there is a break in a data. So you'll have to be very careful. To play safe, please check if the last line has been reached or do it manually. Here I need to go to the last line of this cell. How do I go to the last line? Control end, okay. Control end. Any other way? Pardon? Control down arrow, perfect. Is it not shift control down arrow? Yeah, it's shift control down arrow. Pardon? Okay, it selects actually, correct. So then I can do my analysis whichever I want to. I don't have to use the mouse bar or the scroll button. Now we'll quickly take one example where it says that if the age is 20 to 40, it should say young. If it is 41, it should say mid. And if it is 41 and 60, I should say senior. So equal to, if open bracket, I will hide some of these cells so that we don't lose the visibility. We are only bothered about the age for this example. Equal to, if, in fact, for chartered accountants, the most commonly used function in Excel is if. Majority of the work will be able to do through if function. So if age is between 20 and 40, how do I put that? Less than 41? This is only mathematics I am asking, not Excel. Less than 41 is fine? Fine. To make it simpler, Excel allows you less than equal to also, so you can give less than equal to 40 also. Why complicate it? So you must know that you can use two logical symbols in one condition. So if B11 is less than or equal to 40, what should I display? Young, comma.
So can we interchange that? Equal to or less than?
Yeah, that is also fine. Now second condition. If open bracket B11 is equal to 41, sorry, not within quotes, comma, then within double quotes mid. So I have given a simple if function for the first condition, then same if condition for the if function for the second condition. Now should I necessarily test the third one? I can straight away say senior. Assuming my data, I know the set of my data actually. And very important, the open brackets, how much ever we have opened, we need to close it. How many open brackets are there? 2. So I'll give 2 closed brackets and close it. Some space issue. I got a senior, I double click, I got the result. For those who want to see the formula, anybody who is not getting it? Shall I proceed? One more small observation. Can you see some green triangle on the left top? What does that indicate? Does it indicate something?
Caution.
It's a caution. Caution for? What does this, what is it warning me of? There is some warning it is giving me. So if I click this, I can say ignore error, but it is only ignoring for that one cell. Shift control down arrow, I select the entire range, go to the top. Okay, I have selected for this. If you get such errors and you don't want that errors, you click this and say ignore error, that will go. But then, why these green cells have come? Whenever you are given a particular series and you have not taken care of one of these cells, which means, sir, you are given formula in all places, but somewhere it is missing. So in this case, you know why it is missing? Because of the cell G9. G9 actually there is a data. You can see on the top function, but it is not visible. How is it done? There is a formula here. You can see the function. Simple. I'll reconvert it to black and show you. Now here is the function. I just selected it and given the text as white so that it camouflages you and you are not able to see the function actually. So where you are working on some templates, see the whole the objective of today's session is to create templates so that you don't have to do the repetitive job and waste time on it actually. In fact, we are doing it, but if you prepare a full-fledged one, the most minimal time is spent on completing a task actually. So the other two will be homework for you and answers are here, you can check yourself. Any doubts in if function? Anybody has?
Sir,
yes.
Just in case you are here in this case, you are telling 41 is mid. Assume if we extend it 40 to 50 is mid. How do you do it,
We
sir?
have to give range.
You have to give the range.
Okay, sir.
You have to use the array function then.
Can you please spend a minute on that?
I'll have to try it. I may not get the result immediately, so I don't want to take everybody's
Lead
time.
us the way, then we will do it as a homework.
Wait, I'll try. No, it won't come, I think. We're using if function.
Sir, equal to or less than 50?
No. He said he's very clear because there are two conditions he's telling 40 and 42. Or if I make less than 42, let me try. But then less than 42 will give mid for others also now. Sir, it is possible, definitely, I'm sure.
A friend here is helping, sir. Let's see.
Please, if you can. No, I will be able to do it. I will require 10-15 minutes of time to do it. Because you are now giving an exceptional cases actually. See, this is what Excel is all about. When the moment you need something and you are in trouble, you will be able to find it actually. Probably I can do one more thing. If you are just giving me two ranges, I'll put two conditions and give either or. That can also work. But now if you ask me, sir, 10 digits, then I'll have trouble. So for benefit of everybody, I'm skipping, but definitely in the Google Drive, I'll put the function, don't worry. The Google Drive which I have put, I'll put a separate text file with this function so that you can copy it and use that also. Your question is, it should be, if there is a range here also, like 20 to 40, 40 to 50.
Yes, and above,
Fine.
above.
I got it.
So can you go back to text join please?
Text join, okay. This one? I think it is self-explanatory. You can note down the, see, like here we gave this between these two character of 10. Instead of double quotes space which we had given initially, you can replace it with CHAR of 10. In fact, CHAR of 10 is nothing but equal to Alt Enter in Excel. Whenever you want some particular data in same cell, like I will say ICAI Bhavan, Alt Enter and type whatever I want to, Alt Enter, type whatever I want to. Instead of giving it manually, I can use the function CHAR of 10 where I am using formula. Because many a time I don't have to go inside and do things actually, where I want one after another. In fact, I recall we did one audit where there were 10 parameters given. The audit staff will only tell yes, no, yes, no. Based on that no, it will pick and give me in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 not available. So it's upon you how you want anything to be done regularly. Shall I proceed? Okay, we'll use the VLOOKUP function, which is again the next function which we commonly use in a CA office. How many of you have got, this VLOOKUP function didn't work for you? Can somebody raise your hands? 1, 2. Were you able to probe and find why it went wrong? Can you share what went wrong?
Characters in text when you are doing numbers or something like that.
No, not generally, it is a selection which goes wrong. So I'll try to tell you today how it can go wrong and how you can overcome that. So now, for the VLOOKUP to work, there is a small bonus sheet given depending on the rating. So one I can use nested if also. If rating is equal to 145%, comma if rating is equal to 235%, I can put all the 5 and close it. That is using the nested if. But if I were to use VLOOKUP function, equal to VLOOKUP open bracket, what is the lookup value? F6, comma, table. I select the table. One important thing, I should stop with this or do one step further here. I should log these cells. If I don't log, what happens? It will keep on getting dragged and throw me wrong results. So I'll press F4. I've got $I, $7 is to $J, $12, comma. Column index number. Now here is where we have to be careful. How many columns are there in this table? This rating and bonus table. The first column is rating, the second column is bonus, and the output I want is in which column? Second column. So I have to manually type 2, comma. Is asking me two choices, whether you want an approximate match or an exact match. So here I need exact match, so I'll have to select this false, or alternatively I can type 0. True is 1, false is 0. So I'll say 0 because I want the exact match. Close. Equal to formula text open bracket. Anybody is not getting it? Yes.
Sir, instead of the table, we can give the name reference to the table, particular table. example, we can select the rating still
Different
equal,
names.
and we can name the range in the name box.
Okay.
Give the name reference in the formula.
Perfect, perfect. He says, sir, whenever there are table and I have to use it in so many places, I can select this table and I can go to this particular place here. I can give a name to this. I'll say rating underscore bonus and enter. Now instead of giving this range here, I'll delete this and I'll say RAT. You can see that the rating bonus has come. Now if I give enter, now the advantage is I don't have to put those dollar symbols. So you can create name managers if your usage is very constant, and I'm very sure in many times we will require that actually.
That can be done only in this sheet, right?
Pardon? It is available in the entire workbook, I think. We'll try. I'll try. Equal to VLOOKUP, open bracket, this, comma, RAT. It's available. It's available in the entire workbook. Now if I need to directly get the answer, I can multiply it with salary also, so that I get the direct answer. Of course, I'll have to remove the percentage and change it to number. I'll get the direct answers also if I want to. Now the common mistake which people or we do mistake is this. Assuming there is a code like this. And this is my set of data. I'll say equal to VLOOKUP, open bracket, select rating which is F6, comma, I select the column, give lock it up. Now I should say 1, 2 or 3. Which column the data I need to pull? Somebody says, why you want to waste your time, sir? It will not come at all. So for the sake of putting something, I'll put 3, 0 and I'll get an error. Now this is the common mistake which people do when they are using the VLOOKUP. So what was the error? Excel, whenever this is searching the value of F6, it is going to search in this first column. So my first column doesn't even have that number. So there is no match, it is going to throw me an error. So what I should have did, my selection of this should have been, instead of I7, it should have been J7. Instead of 3, I should make it 2. Now this will work correctly. This is a common mistake which it can go wrong. And alternatively, for those who are using MS365, can use XLOOKUP, which is very, very simple. XLOOKUP, open bracket. Sorry, I'll use here. Lookup value is this, comma. So it is asking me the lookup array. I can even select the entire J, comma, K and close. I got the same result with an ease actually. What would have been a complicated VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP looks very simple. So that is another reason for you to upgrade to MS365, because you will be able to do a lot of tasks at ease actually. So people who want to note down the function can note down the XLOOKUP. And my request, everybody to kindly go for MS365.
Sir, can you please give an example for case where true will be used?
Where?
The
instead of 0, 1 being used.
Okay. Instead of 0, you want 1 actually. Now I've got 5% here, where the rating is 5, right? I'll delete this. You can see what has happened. Wherever that 5 rating is there, it has given 15% now. Because it has taken the nearest match. Now if it was 0 here, if it was 0 here, and then I remove the data now, it is giving me an error. The difference between the two is, here what happens is give me an error. It will tell boss you don't have the data, but the moment I gave approximate error, it will pick the nearest one and give you the answer. So it depends on when you want to use it, but I have never used that one till my life actually. So maybe if there is a need where you want to say that this is the last option which you take it, you don't have to manually change things actually. So that's where this comes handy actually. Okay, shall we proceed? Format painter, a very small tool, but it comes very handy. I need to copy say this particular format in some other cell. I can select this cell first, click format painter, you can see it works, and it will take in itself the entire formatting actually, the gray shading, the bold actually. Now I can select the format cells and select this range, I'll get it fine. What if I tell you that I'm doing some analysis where I want just things here and there? What you can do is, you double click this format painter, select the cell which you want to replicate, double click this format painter, and then you will see wherever I am putting the box, that formatting is happening. So where you are doing some reviewing of random things, a small tool, but it comes handy for you. You don't have to take the pain of giving the formatting again and again. Next interesting tool which we will all require in our audits, especially in the internal audits where you are giving that this money is due from so and so date, or this has not been complied from so and so date. You want to know that till today how many days have elapsed. What will happen? We will simply give the difference between the two dates, where will come in number of days, assuming this is say 2005. Now if I tell equal to this minus this, I need to go to home and change it to date. Sorry, number. Now, will it look good if you give the result like this, or if it is telling that these many years, these many months, these many days it is pending? So that is possible using this date difference, DATE-DIF, that is the function. Yeah. Okay, zooming, sorry. Equal to DATE-DIF, open bracket. Now I told you before sometime that Excel is Excel gives you a lot of help when you want to get the help on a function. Here I am not getting it. What does that mean? They forgot, sir. The reason they have not given a help on this, because it is in beta stage. When it is tested, it has got different results in different systems. So one thing is, it is not foolproof. So for one of the results, you need to manually check whether this is right or not. Of course, 90% of the time it is right, but if 10% of the time it goes wrong, your report will give an absurd answer. So this is what a very, very simple function that you give the start date, comma, end date and the parameter, that's all. So equal to date difference, what is the start date? C3, comma, end date, which is today, comma, within double quotes, Y, which means we will ignore the months and days and give me only the year. So it says 17 years, or I will change this to 15th August 1947, our Independence Day. I will copy this function as it is, Control C, Control V. Instead of years, I will change it to months. Now it is giving me total months. Between these two dates, there are 910 months which are involved. This, of course, D will give the same result which we use the normal function. Now comes the interesting part. Year days. What happens is, it will give you the date between the dates as if they were in the same year. So here I will say YD. So it is 305 days, it has ignored the year actually, or it is in the same year. Now I will give YM, which will again give me the difference between the months, ignoring the other two parameters. And the moment I give MD, it gives me the dates ignoring the, as if they were in the same month in the same year, because today is 15th. Now I have given a small function which says India is 75 years, 10 months, 0 days here. And I don't have to tell you, if you want to get this result, you can say concat. Okay, you'll have to type it better, equal to, within double quotes, India is, and 75 years, comma, how many months, this is the months here, 10, and space months, close, and 0, double quotes, space days. I need a space here, I can do that. Of course, I don't have to select because it's only in one place I need. These spacings you need to adjust. So whenever you are preparing a report and you need to give it appropriately, you don't have to do it manually or finding the difference and rights. This will give the report will look more accurate and appropriate when it is presented actually. And your working papers also, if you keep it like this, we will be able to put things in a better way. Anybody who is not getting the results? So we'll break for tea and reassemble at 11:15 or 11:20? 11:20. Okay, we'll reassemble at 11:20.